Hi, my name is Bobby. I'm from Wise Healthcare. As you know, I love to meet different CEOs and visionaries in the industry, in the NDIS sector on various different levels. Now, that can be different service providers, people with a lot of different ideas and visions and scopes, things that they bring in into the industry directly and indirectly, bringing in knowledge that we share with everyone on the outside. Today, I'm sitting with Rajat Aneja from eZaango Care Partners. eZaango Care Partners, like a lot of people do know, it's a very smart rostering software. My apologies, it is not just a rostering software, it is a complete CRM suite in itself, where you can manage your rosters, you can manage your documentations, compliances, a lot of your business processes, including the invoices and everything. The software does speak with a lot of external applications as well, with the cross application integrations that Rajat with his team has built in, whether that is for your invoicing, your financial analysis, your business analytics, the dashboards that you need within the software, the calendar management, notifications. The list is endless. We will be talking with Rajat about how the eZaango came into force, how his journey has taken him from a software developer into an organization that is specializing into developing an application and a software specifically for the NDIS, disability sector, aged care sector, and other healthcare uh, areas which they are getting into.
Yeah.
Rajat.
Hi. See, journey started like you asked me the journey. It started in 2020 when we actually stumbled upon this, and one of the client before 2020 we were just the software developers, and client came in scratching his head, pulling his ears. I can't sleep because he was all like divulged into the Excel sheets, like we spoke about that as well, in Excel sheets and everything. And he said my staff doesn't reach at the participant's house, or I don't even know they call me, or your staff hasn't arrived yet. And actually we did one software earlier for him and he was very happy about it. He came for a solution for his problem what he was facing. So we sat down and we did some brainstorming and we came out, okay, that's what you need. And that was the first step we cut out for him. And we did it in phases, phase one, phase two, phase three. And after that, there was no looking back. Then he introduced us to a few more of his friends who were into the same journey, having, different problems using different softwares. And we we kept on looking at the gaps and understanding their problems, their needs, their requirements. And from a little tiny software, it has become to such a humongous software right now that you can manage now each and every process of your business within the same system.
What
So
sort of software development were you doing before getting into NDIS sector or
uh,
getting associated with this sector?
plenty of other softwares we have done, like heaps. You name the industry, we are there. We have developed the LMS systems as well. We have developed the complete, online, not just the online store, but it was the complete package for like anyone who wants to have their business, like their storage, their shipping, their packing slips, and the whole thing. We did that as well.
With the advancement of your business and the scale and scope of the organization that you're heading and you're operating in, the technology, the softwares, the processes, the operations, it needs to be talking to each other on a level
Yeah.
where it matches and marries the scale and scope of the business, and it serves the purpose of the business in its current scale, in its current scenario,
Yeah.
not something for the future or the past or something that can be possible. Software and the automation is a driving force on how can I do this process and automate it to save my cost or do it in a better way
Yeah.
than a software telling me, okay, how should I be running my business?
Yeah.
That is a limitation I see with with a lot of different softwares
Yeah.
which you've referred to as well.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to the your first application that you developed for that client, that
Yeah.
you the friend that you were talking about, who was having some challenges within the NDI sector. So, how was that? What was the first application that you did?
That was the application actually in aged care.
Hmm.
And he was challenged with the people not reaching to the work. He was not getting to know about whether they have reached or they haven't reached. So we put together a solution for them that they should have a mobile app, and if they are reaching there, we should track them that they have reached there. They cannot clock in unless until they are at place of work. And then if they don't clock in, we send them notification 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, admin, my friend himself, was getting the SMS message from the system, or
Mm.
your staff hasn't clocked in, can you check and call the client back and tell them what's going on and all that. That way he tried to control quite a few things on the first part of the business. Then second part came with the invoicing and things. Again, he was dependent upon Excel sheets and all that. So he was using QuickBooks at that time, so we connected him directly with the QuickBooks, with the system and APIs connectivity and all that. It worked like a charm for him. He was able to approve the timesheets, and they were going from there directly to QuickBooks. And
What year was this
that
in?
was 2020. That's the
The
start of
year
the onset of
2020.
COVID. That's
Right.
how it all, I think this software we developed in 2019, actually a year before
Hmm.
COVID.
Okay.
2020 we started working on. Then there was another guy on the same floor where our office was. We showed him this is what we
Hmm.
have developed. Then he told me NDIS is quite bigger than aged care.
Hmm.
And he discussed with me his requirements, like 800 odd support items, and the different pricing, Monday to Friday, day night, and day, evening, night, and Saturday,
It
Sunday.
is a
And
nightmare
yeah,
to
it's a
get
nightmare
the
to manage
software
it.
to be talking to those 850 line items that was there.
Yeah,
It's not easy.
yeah.
I've been
So
working very closely with my development team and even your development team on different occasions,
yeah,
getting the entire system to be talking to with all the ifs and buts and reasonings according to the India's compliances. It is just too much to do.
exactly. So what we did is, what we saw the other software companies they were doing is they were importing the directly PDFs or Excel files and storing them in their system,
Hmm.
and they were reading from there. But we did it differently, because even that way, still few softwares they have got challenge there when it's a complex shift. But because we handled it in a different way, so it's working out like a charm for our clients, and we are saving on, like we discussed earlier as well, that for us, if I save you half an hour a week, that's a win for me.
Absolutely. This
Yeah,
is something that we see even on my end as a uh, service provider, business operations. I see that every day. And that is where am always looking for new and better technological ways where I can reduce my admin costs every time.
yeah,
Because admin cost and the operations cost is something that is not billable,
yeah,
whether that's under NDIS or HK or any other sector. Even if you're in manufacturing or even if you're in any other trade services, the admin cost is not billable, and that is where you need to be smart enough to be able to save some costs to add to your profitability
exactly.
and to be able to meet the end cost for the growing requirement for your business and meet it up with the scale and scope as you're going,
Of
and to
course,
manage the client communication and making sure your compliance is up to the scratch.
and
It's not exactly the same how everybody looks at it.
exactly,
So
especially, in your business, I can see you have got lots of expenses for compliance, insurances, then audits, and then apart from regular business expenses, in this country here, compliances and insurances, they kill businesses. and
absolutely,
and
we see that every day.
yeah, we see that every day, exactly. Yeah, so we try to optimize that gap money, and we want you to have minimum admin staff, and our software does lots of
Mm.
things for you, and we want to keep it that way to further enhance your capabilities. We recently have just finished another module which we haven't told to yet advertise, but I'm advertising over here right now. We have come out with business analytics,
Mm.
and those business analytics will give you 15 different types of, to start with, 15 different types of graphs. By looking at those graphs, you will be able to see, okay, where my business is going right
Mm.
now, whether I need more staff, or I'm short of staff, or I'm making losses, or I'm making profits. I can't tell you
Mm.
the your net profit or net loss, but at least I can tell you which direction your business is moving.
This is something a very important aspect for a person in my position or hundreds
Exactly,
of
that's,
disability services
yeah,
businesses as the business grows to a certain level, or when you need to have more people in your team to be managing the operations and the accounts and the HR and the compliances. We cannot be everywhere, so we need to have that consolidated
yeah,
database and the
dashboard, yes,
analytics
exactly, yeah.
where we can get the entirety of that information at a simple glance on a single page for
Yep.
everything that I want to know on how it is running financially, compliance wise, how many people on the jobs, how many clocked in on the right time, how many did
Yep.
not. So that way we can definitely ask the right questions. When everybody is talking about AI integrations and doing automations, let's go from the very beginning. How do you look at what is AI? How would you define AI with the technological solutions that you've already developed and you have it in place for the businesses?
Next level of conversational AI comes in the form of where you can connect your bot to the database. That's what we are trying to do as well. So what will happen with that is we will add that bot onto client's website, and if client wants to know any specific information, first they have to definitely authenticate it, then it will go to the database and it will pick up the information and present it to you. And that is, again, it will be question based because we haven't created anything, any LLM model there, and it can learn the things that's not there. It is still, now you can look at the contrast whether you will call it AI or it is just the automation, right?
Technically, I look at it as,
Yeah.
in my own perspective, because I do work with a lot of different applications and softwares within my own business and for a few others. And that's a conversation we always end up spending like the rest of the day when we start chatting.
Yeah.
The AI for me is just a thinking tool
Yes.
that can reason with it and redirect the automation into a certain direction the way I want.
Yep.
That is
Exactly.
pretty much the extent of AI, how I look at it.
Yeah.
So the rest, everything that we do is all automation of connecting one step to the other,
Exactly.
which mostly every other software is based
We
on.
can talk about this topic for days and days and
Oh,
days. It's never ending.
it
So if
is.
we come back to AI implementation in eZaango, it's not a difficult thing for us to implement straight away, AI into eZaango.
But what are the challenges are you looking at?
The major challenge I have is I want to be 200% sure that data which is being added by our clients, it is not going to third party outside Australia or to OpenAI or in their LLMs to learn from it, and all the the information and how they are living here. That's the vulnerability of the clients of my client. I don't want to share that information outside the US. People here,
Outside the Australia.
yeah, outside Australia. Exactly. That's what the cybersecurity policy of NDIS says as well. But people here I have seen they are blasting that policy like anything, and they are using Chat GPT, even uploading the plan document straight into the Chat GPT to do certain things. And other thing comes with that is if they don't use the proper prompt techniques, then data is gone to them. It has gone to OpenAI's LLM, all the vulnerability, all the problems they are facing, all the support items they are trying to get, everything is right now going to them. So we are building our own AI, which is not far away. That will be called eZaango AI. For that, we our whole infrastructure is based in Amazon, but Amazon is not that great as compared to Microsoft because Microsoft is a company behind OpenAI. So they are way advanced than Amazon in this space. So we are using Azure environment, which is based locally in Australia, and we have put together something, and we are bringing out AI very soon. It's not far away. We will start integrating from Monday onwards. We have developed something over there, so it will be start integrating to our eZaango as well for the testing and for UAT and all that stuff. And we have developed at least 15 to 20 different use cases at this stage where AI is going to be in there, and it will cut down your admin time by hours and hours. I can guarantee you that once AI is implemented into eZaango portal. And
With the AI's integration into the eZaango portal with the entire rostering and the business management CRM, what you have created, how is it going to, uh, what do you think is it going to function? What sort of benefits is it going to be for the businesses with that AI integrations as a thinking tool and
see it,
reorganizing your
yeah.
structure?
So what it will do is it will help you, doing your things in a much better way and much quicker. So my whole idea is to save my clients admin time. Right now, if they're putting together a report for sport coordination based on last 2 weeks support provided to the participant and how it is being progressed, and in my, because now we have training section is coming within the
Mm.
platform. So we will look at, uh, how the progress in the last 2 weeks for the participant, where the staff has lagged actually giving a proper support to client, and for that what sort of courses
Mm.
your staff should be doing, and we'll recommend those courses from within our platform as well. That if your staff does these two courses and they implement it again, we can only recommend the things. It's up to the client if they want to
Mm.
offer those courses to the staff, and staff does it and implement it as well. That's the main thing.
Mm.
So that's, we will go up to that far, right? It's not going to prepare just the report for you. We are still working on, to be honest, on the graph side of the things, where we can show how the participant is progressing. For example, it started from 1 is to 2 is to 1 probably, like two support worker used to handle him, now it is 1 is to 1. Now it has made progress, now it is 1 is to 2. Now he's mixing up with other participant, only one support worker can handle. And
How else do you think it can actually benefit the participants at the end of the journey, because they are on the receiving end of the whole process with whatever you do as a software and we do as a providers? Uh,
See, for the participants, we don't deal with the
mm.
participants directly. To be honest, we deal with the providers,
Yeah.
right? So it's their role to give a better life to the participants, and with that, if we cut down on their time, and we tell them how your support worker has to perform certain activities,
Mm.
I think that will help eventually the participants. That okay, if you want to really give a good support to a participant, your staff must have done these things, they should have knowledge of these things which they are lacking. That's why these issues are coming,
Right.
right? So we will prepare you to prepare your support workers to do certain level of knowledge gain or knowledge enhancement, so that they can provide a better support to participant.
Right.
That's how we are not directly connected with participant, but we are still
Mm.
connected with them. So we
Absolutely, with
yeah.
everything that you and I and many other providers and the software companies and the visionaries, what we bring together is all the ideas and what we can actually put into practice. So after the entire process of whether that's automation or the business operations, it is the recipient, that is the NDIS participant, who we are all working for in one way or the other to benefit at the end of the journey, who needs to be benefited. Uh, Going to the next, we did discuss that you've got a allied health module as well within eZaango
Yes,
that
we
you,
have
yeah.
we have
So with this AI, is there going to be some sort of an automation that you're already working on to building or bettering the reports for the allied
Of
health
course, yes.
professionals, which
Yes.
goes back to the NDIS, and which is a crucial point for anyone's health checks and the backgrounds and the how the progress has been and how the goals are being met and what's the next steps in the with the next plan, what we're
Yes,
looking
that's
forward to.
that's that's one of the use case we have. So first we will implement our basic use case, how it works. Then it will be going all over the place, where you will be able to produce a comprehensive report from within the platform using the AI
Mm.
tool, which will look at your incidents, it will look at the goals, it will look at all the other reports which has been filed, when the support staff is on the shift, any restrictive practices used, any behavior plan, and how that plan is being implemented. It will go through, and you're definitely the progress, notes, which from our system, they don't get paid if they don't write the care notes. They have to have those care notes written there, and if they don't write, this shift is incomplete, so they have to put it in
Absolutely.
there.
That missing
So
pieces of information is very crucial to have a
yes.
proper report in its
And
completions. It's a very important aspect what you said. This is taking my brain completely elsewhere.
yeah.
So let's staying on the topic. Uh, with all the technological advancements that you've been working on and the all the modules that you have created within eZaango Care Partners eZaango as a software platform, how do you think this is going to change the industry? And also, another dimension of the question is, you're connected with a lot of other software technology companies within and beyond disability sector and entirely within the healthcare. How many other companies have you come across who are actually putting this into practice to benefit the businesses and the entire processes for the business operations?
See, difficult question you have asked me.
Mm.
I have, we are so busy doing our own development, and we did bit of research on what other software companies are
Mm.
offering within the industry. When we go out and pitch to any of the providers, we do not talk about what other software
Mm.
companies they are doing.
Yeah.
They, what we say is, they are on their own journey, we are on our own journey. And I am the one who is, like, I want to do the business with full ethics. I don't want to leave ethics behind. I get so many offers, for example, that join hands providers, they come and talk to me and ask me join hands with me, and we get into the provider business as well. But I don't want to get into that because that's against my ethics. If I know your clients, if I am doing my own provider business as well, and I know your clients, like today the most difficult problem, you have done so many of events what you're doing. What questions here, providers, little providers who come there, starting the business, what problem, major problem they have? Finding the participants. How do we find the
Exactly.
participants? And if I have knowledge about the where they live, who they are, I have all the information in my platform.
Yes.
Right now I have got information about close to 40-50,000 participants out there, right? If I start my business, if you have left my company, you are not using my software anymore, I still have got access to all those things. But if you are using my software, if any participant comes from you to me,
You have a
I lost
data
I lost
records.
you will lose
You have a
trust.
data records of everything. But
Exactly,
that
exactly.
is where the
So
ethics and
yeah,
a fine print and drawing a line and
yeah.
staying within
So
within your boundaries, it comes in, and it is
exactly,
all ethical
exactly.
compared to anything
But
else.
we do keep on looking at NDIS websites. We keep on looking at age care commission websites, what they are doing, what they're trying to do. Like for example, recently they launched Section 33, that participants funding has to be until the end of the term. It has to be divided, periodical funding they call it.
Which is why they came up with a block funding.
Exactly, yeah. But still, it is there. Section 33, they put like some information, half a page information is there. We build our solution based on that, but that solution is not gonna work. And we know that, providers knows that it's not going to work, but this is from where we have started. It is there in the system, so we try to keep on upgrading our system as the new requirements, new things, they keep on coming. We just keep on looking at that. We don't care about what other providers they are doing. I don't care about the competition in the market, because I know what I'm trying to do. I want to be ethical. What I believe in is, if my service is better, if you have to use my product, why will you stop using what you're using at the moment, and why you will come to eZaango? That's the question I always ask to myself. If I have to sell this product to Bobby, why Bobby will leave whatever is he using and comes to eZaango, right? If it is not better, if it is not saving him admin time, if he doesn't see the value in there, why anyone will come?
Customizing a solution for a particular business that you are trying to pitch to or trying to solve a purpose for, it is very important, and that is a part that I love about you. Working with another business and finding their challenges, sitting with them and actually customizing the output within your application, what they can use and how they can use to better in their own business compared to the processes that they're currently using. Other than Zango's rostering software for the NDI service providers, what other modules and applications do you have?
See, what we are trying to build right now is, we are calling it eZaango ecosystem.
Hmm.
So in that ecosystem, we are trying to develop any other software or any other portal what we are developing, that will eventually end up connecting with our eZaango, right?
Right.
So I'm not doing anything outside this, but only one software which we are doing outside this is, that is eZaango events.
Hmm.
So that I spoke to you about that earlier as well, but we have to put it backstage because we had to develop few other things. So in that eZaango events, that will be as good as Eventbrite software, where you will be able to not just list the event over there, but you will be able to manage the whole show from there within the software. So that will be again one-stop solution, not just listing at Eventbrite. Currently, you're just listing your events, what you're trying to do, and getting the tickets. And if you have to manage it, you're using something else. But in my eZaango events, you will be able to do all those things at one place. So that's what outside this, but within the eZaango care system and that ecosystem what we are developing, we have recently did soft launch for Edge Out. That is our recruitment software. We the I only yesterday I posted on Edge Out's page that why Edge Out. The answer is that after spending more than 1 year with Seek and LinkedIn and other Indeed for their APIs to connect with the recruitment plugin of my care partner software, those conversations were not reaching anywhere. And I told them that it's not a rocket science what you have developed. So now you have challenged me, so I have developed Edge Out, and I can guarantee you it will be better than Seek at some stage. So we
So
are
it's called
working.
eZaango Edge Out.
Yeah, Edge Out by eZaango.
Okay.
So brand is now Edge Out.
Hmm.
So that is Edge Out by eZaango. Then again,
And
conversations
that is
were
a complete hiring platform.
that's the complete hiring platform with complete ATS system like Job Adder and Seek mixed together.
Right.
At Seek, you just post the job, and it has got a little bit of ATS system, but in my platform, it will be complete ATS system where you can do candidate scoring there. You can have your own staff added there. They can send you the request that okay, I need this person to be hired, and then you can approve it. Then it goes out there, people can apply, you can convert them to the staff, and it will be talking directly to my eZaango platform. So you don't have to actually log in to Seek. Everything will be done from my eZaango platform.
Right.
Yeah. So once you will convert it, then you can select that okay, this person is hired as a HR manager, or he's a SDM, or he's a support worker, or is the intake manager. And if it's a support worker, the entire onboarding process will be part of the recruitment unless until they submit every document to you. You cannot convert it to the staff. Right. So because that was the major pain point what we have spoken to quite a few providers, that they hire the person, then they have to run after them, or can you give me your working with children, can you give me this document, that document, because otherwise compliance doesn't completely fails in.
And I see it all the time that when, as a business, at a lot of different scales and scopes, because when I work with any other business on a level of or the capacity of a consultant completely external to my Wise Healthcare or anything else, with all my knowledge, as they grow, they end up using a lot of different multiple softwares and subscription models and everything, which creates a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
And all those softwares, regardless of the API development and everything, and the cross integration platforms, which takes a huge amount of chunk of time, time and investment, and the
and
mental
sometimes companies
capacity.
they don't give APIs like Seek and
Yes.
Indeed, and
So
they are not giving the API.
your team ends up working onto 5 or 10 different platforms where those applications don't speak to each other, and the data duplicacy from one application to the other, it keeps happening over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But before organizations realize, it is the admin cost that you're spending more money on to duplicate that data and information.
Yeah, you
Which you
download from
have
here, upload there, or if you have to put together a report for NDIS or something, you are getting
exactly.
the data from different places and all that stuff. So all those things can be done from within the platform.
Absolutely.
And the other thing what we are developing at the moment is that is our training platform. Training platform, again the same story. We spoke to plenty of content providers here. Like 1 year, it was all the conversation reaching nowhere actually. I said okay, that's fine, so we'll put together our own. Now we have hired 4 5 people, they are writing the content, and that content, once it is ready, then it will go to our subject matter experts and they will moderate it, and once it is moderated, then it will be posted to our academy. Providers who are not our clients, they can create their account on our academy and they will be able to use it.
So what is it called? eZaango Academy?
That is eZaango Academy. Yes, that is eZaango Academy. And those who are our clients, we will be giving them all the courses within the platform, and they can just buy the package, assign it to support worker. It will be available to support work on the same mobile app. They can go through it, answer the questions, quiz, whatever, and they get the certificate. And we go a step further, like if you are using some other third party training material, then you have to download the certificate, upload here. That all thing is things of the past with us. They, as soon as they complete the certificate, that certificate gets loaded into their compliance documents with the expiry date automatically there.
Perfect.
So that will save
Wrapping
you
it
for
up with everyone who's listening and watching us here, what would be one of the major learning experience and an insight that you would like to share with them on given your experience working with so many different providers and looking after so many different varied requirements and demands from different
See, the major
sections.
question, what we have at this stage to all the providers, that especially the CEOs, sometimes, their staff, they are too comfortable with what they are using.
Mm.
So you have to check, are they too comfortable with what they are using, or there is a better option out available. If they think that eZaango is the better option out there, you are more than welcome to come and talk to us, and we can guarantee you will save you heaps and heaps of your admin hours doing invoicing, payroll. We see on a daily basis, when we go out and give the demo, when we ask them how they are doing the invoicing and payroll and billing, some of them, like, it's unbelievable, things what they do. And other thing which I can tell every CEO and every person out there in the industry, do the right things, don't do anything wrong. The way NDIS is scrutinizing the providers, that the kind of questions they ask, if you get stuck with their audit, you will never be able to answer those questions. I have seen those questions asked. It is like, it's impossible. Like,
Very true.
generally, we say impossible, nothing is impossible, but to answer NDIS questions of when they come to the audit, those questions to be answered are.
It is a very interesting insight for everyone who's listening and watching. Even I keep sharing it with everyone. So after every few steps in your journey, you need to take a step back to look at the bigger picture and judge for yourself and determine for yourself whether you
Yeah.
are doing the right thing or not, whether your processes are speaking to each other. It's not only about the comfort level about your team. If they are
No,
comfortable with the
sometimes
team,
what happens is, Bobby, that the CEO, they like the software, okay,
exactly. That's
right?
what I was
But
saying.
the team says, because they're too comfortable with what they're
Hmm.
using, they don't want to go out and learn new things. Sometimes I have seen, I tell you one experience, one instance. I will not name anyone. I got a call from the client, and they said that we are using your software for the last 6 8 months,
Hmm.
and we are still doing invoicing manually. Can we connect this to zero? I said, on day one you can connect it to zero. Then she said that, okay, one of my accountant who is doing the invoicing, he will call you, and he has few questions. I said, okay. And that accountant called me, and he spoke to me for 15 minutes. Then the last question was, then what will I do? If that's the last question he asked me, and this conversation happened 6 months ago, and until now that client hasn't come to me to, like, connect it to zero.
See,
Yeah.
that is exactly what I was saying. That businesses and the CEOs and the business operators and the owners, on whom the entirety of the responsibility falls upon,
Yeah.
we need to be looking back into our operations on how exactly are we doing things. The things that we're doing, are they the right way of doing things as the business is growing? And if you're hiring more people, if you need HR softwares, if you need a smarter AI system or an automation or some notification systems and analytics and the LMS integrations and everything with our team. So are we empowering our staff as well, or are we letting them use the same old system that we were using a year ago or 2 years ago? Are we
Yeah.
upgrading ourselves to keep ourselves competitive and
And one
competitive
more
and
thing, Bobby.
on the edge
Yeah, and one more thing. End of the day, when the audit happens, audit doesn't happen on your people. Audit happens on your business,
on the
right? On
processes?
the processes, how you are doing it. If your staff is comfortable doing all the wrong things there, things are not happening in the right way, they are not going to ask your staff what has gone wrong. They will ask you. Questions will come to you, from them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is where the onus falls upon on the business owners and the operators. Uh, if somebody wants to contact you, what's the best way to get hold of you?
We have website, eZaangocarepartners.com.au. Log into the website. Maybe you can request for a demo, or you can sign up from there. We have got plenty of information there. Give us a call at 1-300-506-981, and you can reach us directly. We are very, very approachable, and we will help you answer all the questions. We will recommend you the right software to use. It's not like we need your money, we want you to do the right things, and we will guide you which platform, which version of software is right to start with for you. And I think you can start from there, and as your business grows, I can guarantee you our software grows with your business. You don't have to look for any other alternative. Like, we started developing it in 2020, no doubt, but 5 years on, we are still developing it. As the new things comes, new requirements come, new technology comes, we are the first ones to implement it ethically and properly. We don't rush into the implementation of few things, but once it is implemented, I can tell you that it will be done ethically, and it will be like the way you want it, the way we want it. And you stay in compliance, we stay in compliance, we don't breach any of the regulations and rules set out by
That
the
is
by the
exactly the
industry.
goal. That is exactly
Yeah,
what we want for ourselves and the industry as a whole that we are working in.
exactly. Yeah.
On that note, I'll take your leave with Rajat. There's been a lot of discussions about the his journey into the developing eZaango Care Partners as a complete NDIS software and building up into different solutions for the industry, whether that's your hiring processes, your learning management systems, automations, cross platform integrations, your accounting systems, your data analytics, and everything. And there is a lot more that is coming that he's working on with the
Yes.
AI
Yeah.
integrations and a lot more automations that we keep chatting about, which is, of course, not on the camera. If you would like to know more about eZaango, get a demo, reach out to eZaango's website and the 1300 numbers that's given on the website. If there is more that you would like to know, me to ask Rajat on the camera once again on what else are they developing and how else the different solutions can be, I'm always open to comments and inquiries. Please do feel free to reach out. My
Yeah.
name's Bobby from
and
Wise Healthcare,
and this is
and
Rajat from eZaango Care Partners. And thanks Bobby, for your time today. And it
thank
was
you,
great
thank you, Rajat.
conversation. Yeah,
It
thank you,
was
thanks a lot.
absolutely a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
conversation.